Hi everyone, Amanda here with a really quick Booktubeathon update / Friday Reads mashup type thing. So, Booktubeathon. I started on Monday with Crapulatia by Scott McClanahan. I'd actually already started reading this on the Sunday, but finished on the Monday, and it was really good. It's a sort of collection of anecdotes from Scott McClanahan's teenage years about people he has loved. And it's really nicely written, and I really enjoyed it, so yeah, give it 4 stars on Goodreads. I'll talk about it a bit more in my July wrap-up. Then on Monday evening I started The Body in the Library by Agatha Christie, which is 272 pages. I didn't actually finish this until Thursday evening, so yesterday, primarily because on Tuesday my brain had a bit of a rebellion where I was like, I don't want to read at all. I think reacting to the fact I was doing a readathon, which is fine. And I decided not to read because I never want reading to become a chore and it's not that big a deal, so I just did other stuff. But as usual, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Lots of suspects to keep you guessing, as always with an Agatha Christie novel. And then finally, I'm on to The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. I'm about a third of the way in and I'm really enjoying it. It's not how I expected it to be. So hopefully I'll finish this tomorrow, I think. It's a bit of a weird cover I have. I think this is a version which was printed in Prague because it says it, and also it has a Czech price at the top. I got it second hand, so who knows what its story is. But yeah, again, really enjoying that one. Okay, and then my final book that I'll probably get onto and maybe not finish during Booktubeathon is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I've just been in a bit of a mood for a classic, so yeah, hopefully I will get onto that this weekend, finish it early next week sometime. And then just wanted to talk a bit about the Underhyped readathon, which is happening next week. My mind has gone a bit blank and I can't remember who started it, but I will link to the Goodreads group and the original video down below. And the premise is to read a book that is underhyped. So on the Goodreads group it gives the definition of less than 5,000 ratings on Goodreads. I decided to go for less than 1,000 because I seem to have quite a few books that fulfill that category. So I have 3 choices here. I've not decided which one I want to read yet. If you have any opinions on that, let me know, because they will be gratefully received. So the first one is a Brazilian novel, Near to the Wild Heart by Clarice Lispector. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about the plot, but apparently it's a very beautiful novel and I'd quite like to read it sometime soon, as I say about every book I own. The second potential is Wolves by Simon Ings, which is crime, sci-fi, coming-of-age story. Sounds really interesting. I'm a bit annoyed that it's an oversized paperback because I don't really see the point in them, but I will live with that. And then the third option is The Sundial by Shelley Jackson. I know Shelley Jackson isn't really an underhyped author because she's brilliant and everyone loves her, but this is one of her underhyped books. Again, it has less than 1,000 ratings on Goodreads, and I feel like people talk about this one a lot less than the others, so that's why I've included it on the list of potentials. And then finally, I was just going to talk a bit about some of the book-related articles I've been reading this week. So there seems to have been a flurry of best books of 2014 so far, and books that we're looking forward to in the rest of 2014. I don't usually pay that much attention to lists like this because there's so many books already in the world. I'm not that fussed about seeing what's new, but so many of these look absolutely brilliant, including Margaret Atwood and Hilary Mantel both have short story collections coming out that sound really good, and just loads and loads of others. Like literally I've just been scribbling names down on scraps of paper all week. So I'll link a couple of those down below. I mean, what do you guys do? Do you try and keep up with the new out lists, or do you just figure that if it's something you'll enjoy, you'll get around to it eventually and that's fine? And then the other article that I found really interesting this week was Flavorwire's list of 50 fantabulist books to read, which I didn't know what that was, and then I read the description and apparently it's exactly the type of books that I do like to read. So I mentioned before I like strange, weird, surreal stories, and apparently they are called fantabulist stories. I know that there's a bit of conflict around that because a lot of people say, well, isn't this fantasy, and giving this other name as well as magical realism, it's just showing genre snobbery. But in my head at least, I consider fantasy to be something quite different. Obviously these stories are on the spectrum with other fantasy stories and also realist stories, so yeah, maybe it's just a matter of degrees. But anyway, this list on Flavorwire was basically just a Amanda designed shopping list. So I've added nearly all of the ones I haven't read already into my Amazon saved for later basket, which is about 500 long at the minute, and they all just look brilliant. So I'll link that below, because I figure maybe you guys will like them too. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll have some more Booktubeathon updates at the end of the week, but we'll see. Anyway, have a good weekend everyone. Bye.